So, Epic has been called the uh, the Netflix of kids books, and with pretty good reason. There's a lot of really great books, mainstream title books in the library here. Thousands of titles, honestly, and it really is great. You can read them all online. I'm going to show you the online app today, but just so you know, they just came out with an Android app, and they also have an iOS app, so it can be used on an iPhone or iPad. And if you can believe it, it's great on the browser, but it's even better on the app. So this is a free service to teachers, and the teacher can get up to 30 student licenses with this, or actually not licenses, but a free license for the teacher, and they can create 30 profiles for students. So it wouldn't work if the teacher had more than 30 students, but if they have 30 or less, then they're good to go for setting these accounts up for their students. Otherwise, Epic makes their money by selling memberships, monthly subscriptions to parents. But again, the educator account is free, so to get started, you go to getepic.com and you click Get Started, and then you tell them you're an educator, and then it outlines the free benefits of your account, which include unlimited access to the titles, all of the titles, and then up to 30 unique student profiles. You can track students' reading progress, and I'll show you that a little bit more, but not only does it track time in a book, but actually pages flipped. The other thing here is what I already said. It's available on the iPad, iPhone, and any web browser, but as of today, it's also available in Android apps. So I'm just going to go ahead and sign in the account I already created. You have to use your district email account to verify that you're a teacher, and then you create a password. I'm going to go ahead and sign in here. And I created, since I don't have a classroom of my own, I put my kids in here with their own accounts. And so you can see, here's my teacher profile, there's a guest profile, and then my 3 boys. So if I'll go on Caden's account here. So if I click on Caden's account, I could actually set up a little login so he could, so the other students couldn't get into his account, but I set them up without a login, so anybody can click on anybody's account. You may think about in your classroom actually setting up the little 4-digit password, but these are books that have been recommended to him based on his interests. And if you look here, here's a Big Nate. Big Nate's a very popular book, and you can see it's the full Big Nate book here, which is pretty awesome. Also, I'll show you many titles. There are many titles that they'll actually read the book to you. I'm not seeing a whole lot in his profile here. Let me go to my, oh, here's some. Any with these green tags here, that means they'll read the book to you. And if you, to start it, you just click on the green icon.
Patrick O'Shanahan dragged his feet to the kitchen for another boring breakfast.
And they're not just read flatly; they're read with they're read as a kind of as a production with expression, and it's very engaging and fun for kids to listen to. So it's a great
Patrick's father
great for young readers and English language learners to have access to books that can be read to them in addition to books they're reading to themselves. And again, there's tons and tons of titles. So if I can go to Caden's profile here. Let me show you. Let's see. I'll go. Actually, he can click on his own reading log and review it, so he can see that he, and in this case it was me, looked at Big Nate for 12 seconds and flipped 6 pages. So he obviously didn't read that. I mean, but if you scroll down the list here, you can see he was in this book for 18 minutes and flipped 16 pages. So that I can tell that he definitely spent time reading that. This is a little better than just a typical reading log where you would get amount of time read over the weekend or something like that. If kids could use this at home, although they may have to have their own account to do that, then you could really track how much time they're spending and in what types of books. The other thing, though, is if you do use it in the classroom, you definitely can track all of this. Let me go, I'll click on the teacher profile for just a second here. Let's see, how do I switch? Oh, here we go, switch profile. So I'm going to switch to the teacher profile, and I have to put in the password, which I don't know if I remember. Let's see. Yes, I do remember. Okay, now as the teacher, I can scroll through books, or I can click on the profile to see all of my students and all of their reading logs. So if I want to look at Milo's reading log, it says that he's finished 50 books and he's read for 5 hours. So if I look at his reading log, I can get a closer look at the kind of books that he's reading. And he's my youngest. He's my 7-year-old, and he's choosing a lot of the books where they will read it to him. Even though he can read, he likes to have the books read to him still. So you can see just how many of those have audio support by looking at the green tag in the corner. Anyway, I would encourage you to try this out. Because it's free to teachers, it's a really great resource. And again, there's just tons and tons of books. This has been really exciting to discover this, and I think that you're going to get a lot of use out of it in the classroom, and kids are really going to like it because it's books that they really appreciate. And the goal here is to get them reading more so that they can become more fluent readers and even writers. So I think Epic is a real good app for the classroom. And like I said, it's great on the browser, but it's even better on the app. So if you have iPads, make sure you download the app. Thanks.